I'm here with Deborah Hardman right now, and Deborah has done a pretty amazing thing in the last few weeks or months.
About a month and a half now.
About a month and a half, has gone from tight size 7/8 or loose 9/10 all the way down to a 3/4. So we're going to hear a little bit today about how she did that and what it took to get to where she's at now.
Hi.
Hi. How are you? Good.
It was a challenge. I tell you, it's never easy to start off. But you almost have to have like a major why, and my why became huge because my sister is getting married in the fall. I'm getting to be old enough to where the metabolism slows down, to where you gotta really be conscious of it. And I also figured, it's time to, be healthier and have more energy.
Sure, yeah.
And shed the pounds. So, and now I'm feeling great doing that.
And there's some family history of some illness.
Oh,
right?
my gosh, yes. My mom with diabetes, my dad was in the hospital with congestive heart failure, just a variety of things. And even my grandma with lung cancer. I'm like, you know what, I don't want to end on this path. So it's time
pretty
to change.
Serious things that you didn't want to have to deal with.
Oh, big time.
So tell me a little bit about, I know you've tried cleansing in the past, and how did that turn
It was
out?
horrible. I did everything backwards. Apparently when you're cleansing, you're supposed to start doing these juice fasts and stuff like that. I was borderline hypoglycemic growing up, and I didn't realize that, you're not supposed to really just gung-ho and not eat at all. And I was doing that, and I would start going through shakes. So then I thought, you know what, let's keep this simple. I'll just cut out all the fats, all the refined sugars, and go right down to raw fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And keep it very simple. And I still had energy.
Good. So bonus.
Yep.
And this time, so you ate only raw foods and took your daily supplements from Young Living.
Yes.
And tell me about what some of those supplements were.
The big one is the Ninja Red, because it really gives you nutrients to the body. It's like its own multi-supplement, and it's in Ninja China, so it compacts everything. Then I did the core supplement, and then the Power Meal, which is a dairy-free. I made sure I cut dairy out because it's fat in my diet and I get congested. So those were the major ones, and then I realized there are enzymes that if I was to get off the wagon for a week or for just maybe a meal and need some enzymes like polyzyme, I would take for protein or carbs for the breads for the carb, once in a while, then I would know that I was breaking down.
And citrus oils and peppermint oil, you said that you were using. Tell me how you were using those.
Oh, it was awesome because the citrus oils in the system actually break up the fat in the body and give it energy. You can use it for energy, and it refreshes the body. So it's like its own cleanser. Well, you've heard of the lemonade fast and stuff. So I put the pure Young Living essential oils of all those varieties in my water daily, and was constantly drinking. So I never thought, I'm having pure water with oils.
Right. It sounds refreshing too.
Yes.
And the peppermint oil was used for...
The peppermint oil, since the heat, everybody's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing with the heat? You gotta have ice cream to chill you off or something.
Right.
I used a drop of that in a big bottle of water, and it actually cools off the internal temperature in the body. Yeah, it's awesome.
So you're using all these beneficial supplements and oils and things, and it's all going well, but what about those cravings? When you get carb cravings and chocolate cravings and sweets, and
thankfully,
what did you do about those?
Normally the cravings hit during a certain time of your month and stuff, and so I started this right after that, and then all of a sudden it started hitting, and I knew I had to adjust for it. So places like Myers and other places online, you can get raw chocolate, and I would make either raw almond butter and put chocolate in there like a smoothie, so I could get the nuts and the sweetness from it, so I wasn't craving it as bad, because I loved ice cream. And I'm going, give me some raw fruit, throw it in a blender, and let's go get some ice cream. So I had to do some way of doing this, and alternate. I'm going, think, I know there's got to be. Cricketlat.com is another place that I went to, because they have all the recipes on there.
What is it again?
Cricketlat.com.
Cricketlat.
L-O-T-T, yep.
And now talk about your side effects and symptoms and
Boy, that was just, yeah. When I first started off, I thought seriously I was sick. I thought I was having a cold and flu symptoms, and it was going to carry on for a month because cold and flus, they go a long time. So I'm just up in my ninja, up in the eating. But during that time, I was making sure I drank lots of water with the citrus in it. But I was going through the hot and cold, and just the mucus was coming out. It was just, but I kept blowing my nose. Every time it would pop up, I would just get rid of it because you don't want to swallow it. You don't want to put it back in your body. So I just did what I had to do to get rid of it. But it did take a couple weeks. It wasn't an overnight. Dairy is not an overnight getting rid of that stuff in your system.
so increasing the supplements and just constantly flushing the body with water.
Yeah.
That
And
was
resting too. Oh, anytime if I was really low on energy, I'd rest. Then I would get energy. I'd get up. I'd get housework done, work a little bit, so I could use the time when I had it.
So about how long did some of those side effects last?
Well, a couple first weeks of the mucus and stuff. I'm still having a little bit, but it was never like when I first started because I sounded like I had a sinus congestion and cold, literally, because I was so stuffy all the time. So it did last. It's like it started really heavy and then it's just slowly dropping down.
And where are you now? Like what are you?
What's
your overall feeling now of energy and those
huge
symptoms?
energy. My eyesight, I can see clearly. I don't have the mucus in my eyes like a lot of people do, the cloudiness. My sinus cavity area is just so clean. I mean, I used to be able to smell good. Now I really can smell good, really great. And, all my senses are just so heightened. I'm noticing things when I'm driving that I never noticed before. It was weird. It was just like an eye-opener moment. It's wild. So I noticed things along the path, but it was so hard to just document chronologically what all I could find. But I mean, over time, I was just like, the less sleep I was noticing too, because I was getting more energy and I was just able to work longer.
So over time, some of those symptoms subside, and you just are noticing.
Yeah, it's like this
really
shift.
huge effects, positive effects.
Yes, but it does take time. I'm telling you what, it was not the easiest project. My husband, he's not completely raw, and that's okay. I honor that. I did it for myself because I wanted to see what I could do. And so what I would do is just do his meal, then do mine. I would sit there watch him eat his, or I'll take food along with me to events. Yes, you have to prepare your own meals along, so that way at least you have a quick snack or something, so just in case you have that craving. And I was eating 6 to 8 times a day because I was trying to make sure the portions were small enough so my stomach would shrink.
Okay, so really watching your portion size is huge. And also, yeah, we know how that goes when you go to an event and you go someplace and they have all this huge spread of good food and you want to, yeah, you want to partake in like the yummies that are sitting out. So you've been really disciplined in that area.
Yes.
Well, you had a personal mission and a goal in mind, and you stuck to it, and you're reaping some huge benefits now.
Yeah, I haven't been able to fit in something like this and feel comfortable wearing it in a long time. I'm like so excited.
And you look great.
Well, thank you.
Is there anything else that comes to mind that you want people to know about how you went through this?
Well, I tell you what, one thing I did find is that I realized as I was going out and I was with other people and I was getting those like, oh, that cookie does look good. And then I would like, you know what, but is it worth it? And then I would just go find my little snack stuff, chew on that, and I'll supplement it. I'm like, okay, I can do it now. But it's almost like, you know, some people have to have their person to call. I'd be happy to be anybody's call person. Just call me and talk me through this craving, you know. Because it only lasts for about 5 or 6 days. And then all of a sudden the cravings start really subsiding. So that was...
So try to make it through. And congratulations, you've done an awesome thing. And I hope that everyone has learned a little something from watching this.
Awesome.
And thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Betsy. Appreciate it.
More information.
And